Shang-Chi 2. This is coming to us from Simu Liu. He says it's definitely happening. He says, it's a bit above his pay grade, but it's definitely happening, and it's going to be amazing. Now, look, this is bringing me to one of the biggest problems we are having with Marvel right now. The connectivity of it all. We're not seeing sequels soon enough. Shang-Chi came out in 2021, and they hadn't even started rolling cameras yet on a sequel. How can we go this long without seeing this character? And he was being bigged up to... Do you remember all the promotional material? Meet your new Avenger. Now, I get it, we've had writer strikes, we've had actor strikes that have kind of pushed things back. But even then, we should have been seeing it by now. And again, more characters have been introduced to. Moon Knight. When the fuck is he going to pop up again? We've got Shang-Chi. She-Hulk, not that most people care. We've seen Ms. Marvel. Kate Bishop. Yeah, well, we have seen Kate Bishop, but in a post-credit scene. I want to see her in something and actually be a character. So, what do you think of this? Shang-Chi 2, it's definitely happening. I'm excited because I love the first one. I think the rewatchability of it was insane. Like, you can watch this film over and over again. That, to me, has only just been beaten by Deadpool and Wolverine. To me, that is the most rewatchable MCU film, Deadpool and Wolverine. But Shang-Chi 2. You happy it's happening? Do you wish it happened sooner?
I do definitely wish it happened sooner, because obviously the first one is fucking great. It was just kind of like, alright, yeah, Shang-Chi, new character, let's, see what it's about. Is it going to be a generic Marvel film?
This came out after Black Widow. One? And it was on a bit of a,
yeah.
But we just had WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, Black Widow.
And it's one of those things as well where it's like, you hear all like, as we just spoke about earlier, Alien, the reviews, early previews, things like that came out and say it's amazing, it's crazy, it's amazing, it's awesome. You heard more things about this. You heard like, this film is fucking insane. It's so good, and it's nice to go into a film and be like, oh my god, it is all that. It is what everyone's saying. It is that. Not good. It's fantastic. So
I think we like Shang-Chi a lot more than most people, actually. But
probably. I mean, a lot of people do like this film, though.
A lot of people do like this film, and look, while we've been talking box office numbers all day, pretty much, I just want to point out that Shang-Chi made $432 million in the pandemic era. That's pretty impressive. And look at a film like Dune Part 2, where the first one made less than Shang-Chi. And then that's went on to make nearly $800 million. So, obviously, it's more about the accessibility of the theatre as well. And obviously, Dune, other thing that helped Dune Part 2 as well is it is the best film of like the last 10 years.
I think, obviously, like, the issue with having a sequel now and them taking so long to do it is like, how are they going to fit it in? Because it was clear that they kind of wanted to do a story with obviously the sister, and she was going to take over.
That was supposed to be a Disney Plus series.
Oh, was it?
10 Rings, which I think they've kind of backed off now. But
yeah,
I don't think we see him until Doomsday. No, I really don't think we see him till Doomsday.
Yeah, then it poses the question: where does the sequel fit in then? Because obviously, after if they're still going through, I know it's up in the air and it's not really confirmed, but the go-to thing at the moment is after Secret Wars. This is all kind of getting reset, and it's like, where do we fit this sequel in before it gets reset?
I think it'll come between. There's still a few dates between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we might get it between. Look, we don't know what's happening between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we possibly could. And when the MCU does get rebooted, Simu Liu is going to be one of them people who stays around. Like the Fantastic Four. I think it's going to be the people who will be getting recast is Captain America, Thor, Iron Man. Those will be the characters that are recast. So, yeah. Look, you know, if we see him in Doomsday, which I think we will because he was marketed as an Avenger, meet your new Avenger. Do you think people might think, he gets there, he's on screen, do you think people are like, who the fuck's this guy?
I don't know if they market him enough, and it'll re-jog some people's memories who've maybe only seen the movie once. I don't know. Again, this is a big thing that Marvel have to try and fix, and it's one of the things where I'm like, people are wanting all these other things to come out, and it's like, well, look what happened when they did before.
Yeah.
They added all these extra characters, and it's like, you go into an Avengers film, and it's like, oh yeah, shit, Moon Knight exists. Oh yeah, Shang-Chi exists, kind of thing. Even though you've got all these characters, and it's like, no one's gonna fucking know who they are.
Do you think this wait would have been as bad if, the plan stayed the same, they had a solid plan, and it was still Kang Dynasty coming out next year, and it's like, all right, he's going to be there. It's only been a 4-year wait, which is still quite a lot, because we used to see, look, in the year 2014, 2015, 2016, we had Captain America every year. From the year of 2015, I believe, we had Iron Man in Age of Ultron, we had Iron Man in Civil War, we had Iron Man in Homecoming, we had Iron Man in Endgame, and we had Iron Man in why am I doing that for 5? We had Iron Man in Infinity War and Endgame, yeah, so we had him for 5 years straight. Just in everything.
Yeah,
and then
I think it's funny though, obviously Spider-Man, he got 3 films before Strange even got his second one.
Yeah, in that span of time.
Yeah,
which nuts.
In all fairness,
that's
the Spider-Man thing is under it's under different circumstances. So bear that in mind. But when it comes to Doctor Strange, obviously he's only just had a sequel. It's like, it's the same with Shang-Chi. It's like, where the fuck are the sequels for these characters?
But we'd seen Strange. He'd been in a lot of stuff. He'd been in Thor Ragnarok. He'd been in Infinity War, Endgame, and Spider-Man before his film even came out. We hadn't seen Shang-Chi. Now, do you think this, if they rushed out a sequel, do you think it could have been like an Iron Man 2 situation? Where it's like, this kind of just feels like a placeholder until the next Avengers film comes out?
Maybe, I don't know, because obviously I can imagine that they've got ideas for what they want to do with this character.
Yeah.
As you see in the ending of Shang-Chi. There's something there that they kind of want to do. It's just
karaoke.
Yeah. It's just finding the right, I don't know. I guess they're probably just trying to figure out a story to where it fits and it doesn't feel like, because the longer they leave it, the worse it gets, the harder it gets for them.
Yeah.
To do a story. It's evident now by Blade. That was announced back in 2019, and they've had to redo the story a couple of times. It's like, okay, that's fine. You've got literally years, but all that time spent up now, and
still slated for November next year. By the way, I haven't been taken off the slate yet.
Yeah, and unfortunately, all the time has been spent up on these other films as well, like Shang-Chi 2. This should have been out already, but unfortunately it's not, and it's going to be a really tight window for them to get these out there and get some good locked in.
Yeah, no, Simu Liu is going to be a busy guy. What does that mean? He's going to have to shoot Doomsday, Shang-Chi 2, and Secret Wars all back to back? Or shoot Doomsday, Secret Wars, then shoot Shang-Chi 2, and then...
We'll have to
wait and see.
Yeah.
But, we've had some good segues today, because speaking of Avengers Doomsday... Wow, wasn't that a great video? Would you agree, Kyle?
yes, you should definitely give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed.
We are now late night TV talk show hosts who say subscribe to our channel after video because we are cool.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, aren't we?
Mate, just commit to it.
Oh, no.
But don't commit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, thanks for watching.
Yeah.